all part of the process, getting our yoga clothes, getting our stuff set up, and creating a shape with our bodies that will not disturb our peace. And just pause for a moment. We'll come back and make the seat a little bit more comfortable, but just pause. Settle. Breathing is happening. Notice breathing. An attitude of creating peace in your breath. Breathing through the nose is calming. One more cycle. Inhale slowly through your nose. Really notice, feel this energetic response. Expansion to the point of fullness, and then let it turn the other direction. Just let in a little more inhale and then start it exhaling. Go slowly through exhale and feel it go all the way till it feels like it can't go anymore. And then just pause for a beat or two or three in that emptiness. And feel the inhale rise when you're ready. Breathe out through your mouth. Exhale. Let's refine the seated pose so we can do some movement there. Lean back, support one of your legs coming out, and it doesn't have to be straight. Use your arms, get tall. So we have like a little boat pose, supported boat pose, so we can lovingly move our ankle and foot, all those joints. And relax. Attention to closing your knee, and then externally rotating your hip up. Maybe it needs support, maybe it needs an alternative. It could be straight, it's all fine. Just make choices that support your well-being, that recognize your body. Focusing on what we can do is a nice attitude as well. Ankle, knee, when you're ready, you could do it more than once. Hip resting outward. Knee goes outward, foot goes outward to some degree. Make sure everything feels all right. Pranamasana, elbows float, palms press, activate chest and back. Feel that. Angle of the wrist is up to you. Press down into the earth. Next time you breathe out, let your lowest belly tone in and up. Breathe steadily, 5 breaths. Increasing the vital energy pose. One more time. Exhale. Then bring your hands into the center of your chest, your elbows into your body. Bring your chin down, shoulders rolling back and down a bit. Lengthen your neck. Settle your mind. So we can follow the breathing with the mind. Notice the body. Create peace. Do some choices. Use what helps you. One more time, breathing out. What's your intention? What do you want to grow in the new moon, in the new season? Breathe in deeply, whatever it is, an open heart. Oh. Release your hands comfortably to your legs. Some circling energy to start to rock side to side a bit. Decide which way you want to start with circling at your hips Going on here where the pelvis and legs come together. So your hands could go into that crease or stay out. And then we're just going to go to the right and a little forward and over to the left. Just find your own direction. We'll go both ways. And lengthen your torso. Feel this grounding happen in a circular motion. Just let it flow for a few circles, a few cycles. Free flowing breathing. Another tool is the gaze settling. Drishti means focus. It's soft and receptive eyes that find steadiness. Go the other way, causing no harm. We can invite peace into our bodies as well as our breath. We start in the heart. Maybe that's a hard one. Start with the hips right now. Bring peace into your hips. Pause and feel the spinning energy. Turn your wrists both ways a few times. Mindful. Not throwing the body around, elbows drawing circles, fingers find the shoulder area. Go forward, sit tall, grounding. We get stronger with practice. Going back and open. We're going a little fast, so try to slow it down a little bit. 2 more times. Move your shoulders. Release when that feels complete. Last thing is our head and neck. Right ear towards the shoulder. Chin towards the chest. Over towards the other side. Gaze down your nose as you go back a little bit. Try to stretch your throat out. Stretch the front. Okay, your own head circling a little bit longer. Breathe. Whatever you're doing, 2 more counts. 4. 5. Pause and settle. Find center. Find stillness. Mindfully go the other way. Ear, chin, ear, chin up. The part of our spine with the greatest range of motion, special connection, skull to spine zone. Pause and find center, find that nice long neck, find your relaxed posture. And let's bring it up to our feet. We've been looking at this a little bit, so compact yourself. If this works for your body, spread your hands. So we're gonna shift, use the feet on the ground, shift forward over the feet and pop them back one at a time. Tuck the toes, spread the hands, downward dog, just one way. Step forward, hold forward, standing up. It's a process. All right. Tall and relaxed, find your standing, relaxed posture, mindful of shoulders, ribs, low belly, spreading feet. Then stepping to a place where you have room for your arms for the standing circles. Bring your hands together, weave, pop out your index fingers. Up with the arms, breathe in, let your shoulders lift. Press your feet into the ground, lengthen your ribs or the space between them. And then bring your shoulders and your ribs downward. To the left, 5 circles. You can decide how you want to draw them with your hands. Follow with your gazing, breathe freely. Flowing energy. One more time. Around to the top, gaze, give a little squeeze. Exhale, float your arms down. Mindful of your shoulders, try to set up your standing, good, relaxed posture. The other side, weave it the other way. Shoulders and ribs lift through this first bit. Feel that congestion with the shoulders up around the ears. Inhale, pop out your index fingers. Exhale, shoulders and ribs grounding. Come on down and then circle spine to the other direction. Whole body exploration. One more time, your choice. Give it a squeeze at the top and then inhale. And the exhale to come down and release. Top section of your mat, greeting the sun. Inhale, reach up. A, exhale, forward fold, 10 poses. Each one as they work through your body. Third position, halfway lift, forward energy, long neck. Uplift in the low belly. Learn these actions. Exhale, going back, spread your hands. 5 breaths in your plank pose of choice. 2. What can be softened? So you need to apply strength first in a pose like this and then say, where can I be easeful? Thumb, space. One more time. Bring down your knees and release your toes. Use your chest up and your belly forward, upward facing dog for 1 breath. Slowly go back to downward dogs. Tabletop, toes tuck, knees lift, step in, head down, and breathe. Let the sun energy warm you from within with gratitude. Lengthening your spine with your limbs in this pose. Exhale. Press your hands so the weight goes back into your legs. Bend your knees deeply, look between your hands and step forward. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Tuck your chin at the end. Coming up, lead with the top of your head. Use your feet, legs strong, press. Inhaling, stretched. Exhale when you're ready, bring your arms down into your sides, finding that posture every time you come. Imprint. B, bend your knees, reach your arms to Utkatasana, fierce pose. Inhale. Slowly exhale, forward fold, repeating movements. Halfway lift, inhale, you get warmer, it gets easier. Exhale, go back 1 breath into Kalasana, plank pose, or chaturanga, bend your elbows. Upward dog, inhale. If you need an extra breath, take an extra breath. That kind of thing gives you freedom to do what you need. Exhale, downward facing dog, 1 breath. Right foot forward, inhale to warrior A. Exhale to plank or chaturanga. And there's plenty of time. Knees down, upward facing dog, warming up the body. Knowing where you're going, downward dog, breathe out. Left foot forward, your Vajrasana A, knee over the ankle, come on up, reach your hands together. Exhale, go down and back. We can wait to breathe out until we get here and breathe out. Wait to breathe in, come to the tops of your feet, inhale, now upward dog. Going back, and then exhale, downward dog. Stretch your breath. One of the tools for settling the mind is lengthening the exhales. So we have to lengthen the inhales in order to lengthen the exhales. Now we get to rest into the downward dog shape after all that movement. Breathe deeply 1 more time. Coming forward to half lift pose. Inhale when you're on your way. Lengthen it so you have plenty of time to exhale to a forward fold shape. That body releasing. Standing up into Utkatasana, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, shoulders down, lift your gaze, inhaling. And exhale, come back to center. Settle. Moon salutation. Bring the pinkies together. Soften your attitude with an openness. And just let it flow. First, the inner listening. Standing back bend, like you're placing your hands in your pockets behind you. Feet go a little bit wider, toning out. This just makes back bending easier. Guide your pelvis forward, lift your chest, gaze down. Breathe several times. One more. Gently energizing. Learn this one. When you get up from your desk, need a little energy. Heart lift, and then bring your pelvis back underneath. Release your hands. Lunar forward fold is a bent knees, palms up, soft. Forward fold. Come in and breathe. Maybe flow a little bit, moving side to side. If you like that. If you don't like that, then don't do it. We're here to not disturb ourselves. Breathing out again. And flip over your hands and step back to high lunge with your right leg. Give yourself a moment. You can come up to your fists. Use blocks if you need. Keep your neck long. Find balance. One more time. Transitioning to nectar of the moon pose. So with the back foot, we do a side plank. So use that same side hand, and then the other foot turns the same direction as the back foot. Maybe the back knee comes to the floor instead. Make sure you're lifted out of your shoulder. Okay here, press your hands. The top arm reaching up. Reaching back. Swim forward 2 or 3 times. You can move your hips around as you do this too. If it feels good to move your feet and legs. Circling energy. Sequencing Shiva Ray. It does that kind of thing beautifully. Breathing out one more time. Carefully come back to the high lunge shape. And into wide parallel feet. For spontaneous half squat. So we can come up higher if you need to. Flow right to left. Have freedom of exploration. Take the time you want to take to go side to side. Make it your own. Feel it in your body. If you don't feel it in that creative sort of way, that's fine. Just feel your body way. One more time each way. Now let's work to the second side with the high lunge, going back to the top of the mat, other side, high lunge. Scan your body. For me, it's the shoulders coming up that I tend to have to pay attention to. Is it your low back? Is it a knee? Pay attention. Transitioning to nectar of the moon pose. So the back foot coming to side plank. Be creative. I'm using both my arms on this side. Spin out that front foot. Find your side plank. Variation and then reach up. Breathe. Reach back. Breathe. Swim your arm forward a few times. Moving hips as well if it feels like a nice thing to do. Move around. Breathe. Make your way back to high lunge. Wide parallel feet, second thigh. This time coming to Prasarita, wide spreading even feet. So work them out. Walk your hands back. You can do palms up if you wanted to. So wherever your hands want to be, knees can bend. Head reaches down. This is a big proportions pose, so don't worry about it. I mean, we all kind of like giraffes at the water hole here, so follow your body sense. When you're ready to breathe in, walk your hands forward. Maybe bring your feet a little closer to stand up with ease, coming up and breathing out. Bring your feet closer together for another kind of moon salutation. The wide parallel feet facing the side of your mat. Pause and feel your energy from the practice so far. Keep coming into the now with an attitude of increasing our inner light and peace, peaceful breath, peaceful body, helping us find a peaceful mind and heart. Exhale. Feel your low belly activate when you exhale. We are grounded here for the standing side bend that begins the sequence. Bring your hands together overhead, maybe your elbows bend. Side bend to the right. Doesn't need to be a big movement. Keep that bottom hand pressing into the top hand. Breathe out. Inhale to center. Long spine, exhale, carefully come to the other side. Right to the side, press the hands, press the feet. Cultivate samas, so an evenness of attitude in this asymmetrical form. Exhale. Inhale, center. Reach, gaze up, breathe in. And exhale, hands down, step to Utthita Konasana, goddess pose, toes out, knees bend towards the toes, come down low in your hips, whatever that is. Touching your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows, so you're upright. Concentrate. One more time, maybe your hips go a little lower, breathing out. Inhale, a little glute squeezing is appropriate to come out, and it's a good place to strengthen. Star pose, swing your heels to ease your stance. Reach gently, especially the fingers. Don't overdo that, just softly reach and let that travel down through the body, that idea of soft reaching. Letting go of any stuck places. Gently opening your front body one more time. And exhale, release. Triangle pose to the right leg, turning out from the hip, over and down. So with it, when you're doing a moon salutation, you could just do like a more chill expression or your usual triangle if you want to. Maybe just more of an exploration with it. Where does it want to be today? And balance the effort and ease. Breathe out again. Inhale, stand up, core strong. Turn to face the front of your mat and your right leg. So work your feet to balance your Parsvastanasana. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, forward. It's okay if the knee bends, maybe both hands to the shins. Where do you want your arms to be today? So you can spin your hands back if you want to. Just find a place. breathe. Be here. One more time. Transition to Anjaneyasana. That's the low lunge. So release to your back knee down and release that foot. Rise. Hands in the back pockets, knee coming forward, lift your heart. And stay or bring up your arms if you would like. Once more. Release. Side lunge. So we're going to turn back to the side of the mat where we started. Bringing that front knee and toes in the same direction, working to your back foot. 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming to center for Malasana. So we can sit and do that wide knee together squat or triform standing. So we have to work out, my heels are going to come up. You have to work out how wide your knees are going to be. So you can stay up higher, explore lowering your hips if it feels like a safe thing to do. I'm actually resting on my upper arm bones here. Find your squat. Okay, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully release to the side lunge towards the back of your mat. So the circling of the moon salutation, beginning to the second side now. Find a place where you can breathe steadily. Energy flowing freely through your spine, your neck. Pay attention. Anjaneyasana to the back of the mat, low lunge. With the extended spine, so guiding pelvis forward, upward reach if it works. Ground into your feet. One more time, exhale. Transition to Parsvottanasana, straightening the back leg. Forward fold, you can stand up or you can stay folded. Pay attention to the side lengthening of this pose for one more breath. Maybe you come up slightly as you inhale and exhale, come back in. Transition to triangle pose. You may come up into the pose if you would like to, or come from above. Triangle. Remember your lunar style, a little different, non-striving. One more time. And come up with inhale energy. Back to goddess. Wide squat. Right elbow under the left. Shoulder hug or eagle elbows lift. Release the arms, keep the legs steady. Squats are good every day, strengthening for your hips. In case that helps your attitude, knowing this, welcoming. It helps me welcome the effort, knowing its benefits. One more time. Star. One more time. Stepping in with the feet hip distance. Let's do the crossover side bend for this one. With the left foot in front of the right, arms up, side bend catching your left wrist. You're in charge. Coming up with some slowness, change sides, one step at a time. Process of coming in, holding the shape, finding the steadiness to the gazing. Try to neutralize any responses to what's around you. Whatever your eyes happen to be resting on, just take away any attachments. It just is. Coming up and release, although if it's something you love, like an animal, then you should lovingly gaze upon it. If you want to, come on forward and pause. Sun and moon suitably acknowledged today. The new moon can feel a little bit like that, a little too grounded sometimes. Winter's kind of a grounded time, but we need to be grounded, so it actually works this time of year. Let's do a breath of joy and come down to the floor. So 3-part inhale, standing, exhale. Inhale forward, inhale sides, inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands down, breathe freely, stepping back, lower into your belly. Gently lengthening to cobra spine. And bringing your right cheek to the mat. And we work back onto my mat all the way, so you can support that. And bringing your left knee up beside you into a half dog pose to pause and ground. Remembering the sutra that tells you one of the choices for settling your mind is lengthening your exhales. You can relax your bandhas here, your belly. You can consciously relax your pelvic floor. Be very soft for another circle of breath. Changing sides, disturb yourself as little as possible. Your other cheek to the floor, your other knee beside you, and settle without anything extra. Just only refine what needs it and be soft everywhere. Twice more slow breathing. And coming back to center, bringing your legs together, come back and coming in cobra to reawaken the bandhas, to move off the belly. So gathering in the muscles of your pelvic floor into the center and up like a small flame drawing into the body. Lightly draw your lowest belly in and up towards your spine. Those things are connected to each other, not just the fascia, but muscularly. So just create some awakening there. Reach your feet, lift your heart. Breathe a couple more times. So it's not a hard engagement. Does not stop your breathing, it just supports the muscles of the breath and the organs. Release and press forward and down into your mat strongly, coming back into a child's pose. Wide knees. Rock side to side, really settle yourself down. If you need your knees to be supported with cushioning behind or under, plenty of time. Take a moment for that. And once you've gotten yourself here, relax your arms and head where they feel good and just breathe. A little bit longer in Balasana. Coming up and coming to seated. If you wanted to flow through upward dog and downward dog and then sit, or just sit. Lean into the right leg stretching forward and the left leg pull it back. And let's do the yin, Janu Sirsasana. So turn to face the straight leg, breathe in with a long spine. Pull back your toes so your leg is activated as you come out. Walk yourself out and down. Honor what your body says and connect your hands to the floor, your leg or foot. So you complete this circuit. Bring your head down towards your knee, wherever that is. So here we're using the arms to help lengthen our spines forward. So there's an action happening. The low belly rests back towards the spine. Breathing out, let this become a yin pose. Soften your foot, your leg. Find a way to make it comfortable, and we'll spend a minute in stillness. It's okay to be gently challenged by yin shapes. We are stressing the connective tissue, but keep it compassionate. Let your belly relax and take away that action of the bandhas. Bandha means lock. The one in the belly is an upper flying lock. The one in the pelvic floor is the root lock. Both are upward flying. Let them relax. One more slow breath. When it feels complete, come out with some slowness. Don't rush that process and let that leg straighten. Let's just do a little lean back, wide legs position, fingers back. So your front shoulders and chest feels nice here as you lift and release that forward fold shape. Let energy flow. Gently activated. One more time. As you exhale here, start with the navel towards the spine. Feel what happens. See if the pelvic floor will connect. And have that light engagement as you move into Janu Sirsasana, knee head position. the active version. So it's called something else when it becomes yin, but it's an interesting project to try them next to each other. So uplift in the low belly, lengthen, inhale, then exhale, lengthen out and down. Connect your hands so that you can use your arms for this active version. Toes pull back, belly pulls back, head reaches forward and down. Shoulders draw back. Exhaling for 4, maybe try to grow a little bit with these actions. One more breath. And then just drop all the effort. Soften. Change if you want to change anything. Shoulders relax. Head, legs, belly. A minute can be 6 to 10 breaths if you're breathing slowly. You need that kind of counting stability. Be with this yin style shade. One more breath. You can gently observe our own personalities. If we tend to be more yang, then yin can be a little challenging for us. Stillness is so therapeutic. Gives us something to concentrate on as well, so it can help us with our mental stillness. Come on out into the lean back wide legs. Comfortably give yourself room so your arms can be straight and you can be lifted out of your shoulders and chest. Just let the legs reach open gently. One hand at a time, release. And spinning to the front of the mat for Baddha Konasana. Feet together, knees apart. Bring your heels in to your own degree towards your sitting bones. Let the feet open like a book. Thumbs to the roots of the big toes to encourage that action. Feel a connection. So down angle, that means we're holding on to something, catching something. Let your knees soften outward, no forcing. Inhale, sit gently tall. And with that straightness in the spine, tilt forward. Wherever that is. And settle your gaze down your nose. Light engagement in the low belly. Be where you are with the shape. One more breath. Inhale, coming up for a second variation. Come up and let your tail tuck under your low back, round everything, curl in your spine, chin towards your chest, and then bring your forehead towards your feet. Work away for your elbows to be in or out, depending on all your proportions. It's all fine. Don't harm anything. Round spine. Curious about what that changes. When there are multiple versions of the pose, I figure they're important poses so that we have more than one chance of working with them. More than one way. Come up with an inhale. Support the release of your arms coming in, the legs. So spend the last part of practice on your backs. So give yourself socks, pillows, anything you might want. and come on back when you're ready. Your throat is dry, a little sip. Try not to put out the inner fire with too much liquid during practice. And you can take what you like from all of this wisdom. That's one cool thing about all of it. It's very open. Lie down stretched out, pose to begin. Supta Urdhva Hastasana. Supine upward hands pose. Gently reach and breathe. Ground your back. Inhale. Exhale down so that you ground your pelvic floor and your low belly. Let them draw in towards the navel. And then walk your feet in. Try to keep that engagement lightly as you come to the bridge foundation, coming up for one hold. Give your spine room, so you might need to move your head. Use your arms today. Face towards the ceiling on this bright and upswept cold winter's day. Taking in that brightness. And taking in the darkness when it's around too. One more time, lifting up. Come down slowly. Concentrate on keeping those lower bandhas engaged. We can work a lot of different practices into our yoga mat time. Come down and relax everything. Figure 4 with your right leg. The bottom leg can move away or come in. Find your sweet spot, stretching the outer hip. Just like we did with Baddha Konasana, stretching the inseam. So here we have this chance to explore this hardworking outer hip muscles. Be creative so that it feels right. 3 more slow breaths, doing 8 counts, so we have plenty of time. One more. Gratitude. And then a changing sides process, meaning the side where it is. Really concentrating on finding that place where this is therapeutic feeling today. Check in, make sure neck is long. Eyes might be pretty restful here, just a little bit of light coming in. In this finishing part where we start to let go of our efforts, enjoy what has been generated in your practice. The connection with your energy and your breathing. Loving kindness and compassion towards yourself. Remembering that this will help us be more efficient later on with our brains and our bodies. Able to find calmness. Let's move from here into a yin style, so it's called stirrup pose, happy baby shape, and just have freedom here for what you like. And if you want to do a shoulder stand instead, so whatever you want to do with legs upside down for the next 10 breaths or so is fine with me. Make your own choice. choices. They're fine too. Halfway there. Three more breaths to feel complete with this part of the practice. Bringing your knees into your chest. And over to one side for a yin style resting twist. So make sure you make a comfortable choice. Give yourself support that you might need. Arrange how you like it to be. The knees and the pelvis go one way when we twist the spine, and then head and arms opening in some configuration and turning the other direction. Then let it go yin. Take away the effort of getting here. Be soft everywhere. Let in a tiny amount of light with your eyes so they're restful, but not all the way closed. Come to the other side in your own time. Resting twist, yin, second side. Once you have settled yourself into that place, relax your efforts completely. The breath, you've been training it to breathe for a stretch of minutes here. Let it just find its own pattern. The evening star. One star in the dark past of the houses shines as if it were a sign set there to point the way to, but more beautiful somehow than what it points to, so that no one has ever gone on beyond except those who could not see it and went on to what it pointed to and could not see that either. The star far off separates, yet how could I see it if there were not inside me the same star? We wish on the star because the star itself is a wish, an unwilling, halting place so far and no farther. Everything is its own sigh at being what it is and no more. An unanswered yearning toward what will be, or was once perhaps, or might be, might have been, or. And so soon after the sun goes and night comes, the star has set. Rolling gently to the back of your body for resting pose. Disturb yourself as little as possible. Breath quiet and gentle. Just let your body find this form. Scanning gently for softness. Resting in the peacefulness that you have generated. Not giving up easily on the quiet mind, but continuing to offer that space to be peaceful. Reminding yourself that inviting the exhales to lengthen is one of the tools to settling the space between the ears. And in order to create the long exhales, we must breathe deeply in. So gently stirring yourself with those stretched out breaths and the movements that your body would like to make here. It can be nice to be gradual, to do one thing and then pause for a steady flow back to seated. What do you want to do? Take 5 breaths time for the process. When you were upright, fold yourself back into your seat. Remember that we did that an hour ago. We tucked ourselves into this position. Maybe there's more ease somewhere. Just sense it and be grateful. Letting gratitude grow. Breathe in through the right side of your nose. Inhale the left side. And inhale the left side. And exhale the right side. Breathe through both sides, inhaling. Thank you for joining me for new moon, new winter practice, and I hope you have a peaceful weekend. As we continue to celebrate life in the world.
Thanks, Blossom. Merry